Palworld is the Pokemon journey you've been waiting for. Hello and welcome to the Critically Curious. I'm a Monk, and today we are going to be doing a review on Palworld. This is more of a first impressions video, to be honest with you, as this is quite a big and deep game. Now, I'm sure many of you have seen the coverage of this game recently because, of course, the Pokemon Company are talking about suing Palworld over intellectual property rights. But what exactly is Palworld, and is it worth your time and, more importantly, your money? Well, Palworld is a survival slash RPG slash Pokemon type of game in where you get to rummage around the world, collecting different things. You have different um, metrics that you have to manage. There is quite an in-depth base building mechanic as well as when you level up, having to manage whatever stats that you want to improve too. But more importantly, it's a world in which you can capture and own pals. These pals are creatures in which you can use for your advantage, whether that be to use in battle or use for your base. You can put your pals to work, or of course, you can take the other approach and just sell them and make a lot and lot of money. Now, Palworld is currently on the Xbox and PC. In fact, on Steam, it's one of the most highest played games of recent times. It's been developed and published by Pocket Pair, who were also the same team that made Craftopia. And the game will set you back around $24.99. Now, for a indie game, and one that frankly doesn't really cost that much, this game is also on Game Pass, FYI, on the Xbox. You actually get a very well polished and in-depth game too. This game is full of different game mechanics. One of the things you have to manage after you've managed to get yourself a pal, of course, is things like your food, or whether you're tired, whether you're cold. Not only do you have to manage your own needs, you've also got your pals' needs as well, in which you're going to have to feed them. They're going to have a place to sleep. You're going to have to begin to actually build a base and something that can sustain you and your journey. And one of the more interesting mechanics within Palworld is that as you go around placing little objects that you're going to be wanting to build, it's not only you that actually go about building it, your pals will come and help you too. In fact, you never have to build anything at all. You just place everything. Everything has a small timer in which it takes to build, you see, and the pals can actually do all of the work for you. And the further you get into the game, the more you're able to do, because you'll come up with more complicated pals, more complicated situations, not only with pals being assigned to certain tasks within your base. As you level up, you're able to then have more assigned to your base, but you can also capture and assign human NPCs that you find in your world as well. Yes, that's right. You can capture humans with your pal sphere, and you could even sell them on the black market too. Now, we won't go into the whole human trafficking side of this game too much, but it is a game with incredible depth. Now, the gameplay loop that Palworld provides is very much in the realm of capturing as many pals as you can. In fact, this game goes to great lengths to encourage you to capture more and more pals. The more pals that you capture, the faster you will level up. Not only do you level up, but your pals level up too. In fact, your pals level up from almost doing anything in the game, whether that be crafting or scavenging or of course winning battles, but you gain the most experience through actually going out into the world and capturing as many pals as you can. Now, in the overworld, there are not only regular pals for you to capture, but there's also on-world bosses too. Overall, this is an open world game, so you can pretty much go wherever you want from the very beginning of the game. Bear in mind that some areas may be slightly difficult for you if you go there early on in the game, because of course the level of the pals around you is problematic for you. It doesn't, however, mean that it's impossible. And I believe this means that you can truly have a unique single player journey. Now, there are online options. You can have your friends join your world, or you can set up online realms where multiple people can be playing at once. And in many ways, that is the right way to play this game because, of course, in realms or online servers, the world is constantly going. It's never stopping. Therefore, a lot more can get done faster in an online world than it can a single player world. So, finding a friend to play with is truly a smart idea when it comes to Palworld. When it comes to performance of this game and just how well it runs, I was actually really surprised. The game runs very, very well both on the X and the Xbox S. I haven't tried it over on Steam, but I assume depending on your rig, it runs very well there too. I haven't had any crashes. I haven't really noticed too much lag or any bugs of any kind so far, that is. I feel like where this game lets itself down a bit is the fact that this is, after all, a survival game, much like Ark, Rust, Conan, those type of games. There's not really a true story there, and that's the same for Palworld as well. Many people play Pokemon, for instance, that being its closest comparable because of the great stories that you find. Within Palworld, this is a survival open world game. There is no story. The story is, of course, what you make it. Now, you can choose to live alongside peacefully with these pals, or of course, you could dive into the underground syndicate in which you're trading and harvesting Pokemon. I mean, pals. However, if you do love a survival game, if you do love games where you have a sense of base building and collecting, grinding, then this really could be the game for you. My only wish is that this had voice acting. There is a few NPCs dotted around. They do have a little bit to say. I would like just a little bit more engagement there, as this is ultimately a single player game as well as a multiplayer experience. And I always bang on endlessly within my reviews about voiceovers and having dialogue. I just think that it helps people engage with the characters and the environment a lot more. Palworlds is a game that I want to rate very highly. It's one that I'm enjoying immensely, and it's one that I would like to spend a lot more time in. What worries me, however, is the fact that the Pokemon Corporation are looking to sue Palworlds, and what could that mean for the future of this game? Is it a game that you could truly recommend and, try to get people to buy and play? Because at the end of the day, the future for this game, future DLCs, the livelihood of Palworlds is at risk. Personally, I hope that the world is big enough for both games, because this is truly an interesting concept. The fact that you can get your pals little weapons, the fact that you can level up and do things within this genre of game almost is really interesting. And I think combining games like Pokemon with Ark is truly something magical. And of course, Ark Survival Evolved also done something rather similar, in a sense that you could capture creatures with prisms, with balls. So it'd be interesting to see just how well the future holds out for Power Worlds. So if because of the uncertain future, I can't recommend that you buy this game. However, what I can say, it is free on Game Pass if you have Game Pass either on the Xbox or Windows. So maybe check it out for absolutely nothing. And let me know down in the comments what you think of this game yourself if you've had a chance to play. But if you watched to the very end of the review, don't forget to comment Red Banana down below just to confuse all those people new to the channel or that didn't watch to the very end. And of course, as ever, guys, I've been a monk, we've been a Christy Kulis, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Until then, take it easy and happy gaming.
Yeah.